The days go by, the nights are long, but I refuse to let you go. Oh, baby. What's up? Can you feel it? I care for you. I want to hear from you. Girl, I was wrong. Girl, all I want, I want to be with you. Can you feel it? What's best for you is better for me too. What's up, family? What's up? When you come in, make sure you say what's up. Make sure you say, hey, hello. Today, I'm feeling that Kim. Maybe it's because it's getting closer and closer to Dream and I going to the Kim concert. I don't know what it is exactly, but I've been listening to Kim music every day. What's up, Marcia? Marcia, hopefully I'm saying that right. What's up, family? Come on in. Can you feel it? I care for you. I want to hear from you. Girl, I was wrong. I'll never leave you. And I'll never lie. Y'all come on in. We're going to talk about how to harness your spiritual power. I'm going to tell y'all how I have learned to harness my spiritual power. I know I've been all over the place with coming on live on YouTube, but hey, you got to trust spirit. Spirit is always going to line things up in the way that it needs to be lined up. And I just got to keep doing what I do. I just have to keep operating in my divine sacred power. And so I want to show y'all, I want to teach y'all how to do that at this time. I'm going to show y'all, I'm going to tell y'all how I do it so that you can tap into it. Before we get into that, I'm going to pull an oracle card or two from the Psychic Tarot Oracle deck. And I just want to know what this energy is talking about. You know what I'm saying? I want to know what this energy is talking about right now. We actually have a full moon this weekend. So I'm interested in this full. Okay. What the heck? Y'all cannot, I can't, I can't make it up. All I can do is trust spirit. This is the card that just came out, and we see the title. The title says, How I Harness My Spiritual Power. And this is the card that came out. The Power card, the 8, Infinity. The 8, that infinity, that what you put out, you get back. This goes all hand in hand with what I'm about to talk to y'all about today. The 8 card, your power, balancing out your humanity, the root chakra, the red, with the crown chakra, creating this balance. Here's the thing, you have to really tap into the power of your belonging here right now. You have to spiritually protect yourself in order to actually harness your spiritual power. Because best believe there are energies out here that do not want you to shine your divine light. There are energies out here that don't want you to shine your divine light, because when you shine, you are going to awaken, you are going to trigger, you are going to enlighten people who will come across you, who will make contact with your energy. So you absolutely have to have spiritual protection. And that starts in the root chakra. Black obsidian is a root chakra crystal. You have to do the root chakra work first, family, so that you can truly understand that you belong here now. That you were meant to be in this body in this specific incarnation. And then after you make peace with that, right? After you stop fighting, oh, why am I in this human body? Why am I having this human experience? You cannot even tap into your spiritual power if you still have that mentality of, why am I here? Why did I choose to come back to earth? All I want to do is leave the earth and never return again. If you are in that energy, you're not even fully tapping into your spiritual power, because at the end of the day, you are here for a reason. And in you being here, there's divine sacred work that you have to do. But first, you have to accept your presence at this space and time. And then, yes, this is that Leo energy, that ferocious energy. Shout out to all of the Leos out there. Shout out to all the people who are on the Virgo Leo cusp, like Dream Wise is. Shout out to my mama, who is a ferocious Leo. This Leo energy family is also us knowing that it's okay to be seen. See, some of y'all are not operating in your spiritual power because you are afraid to be seen. You're only showing up halfway. You're not fully showing up in your power, maybe because it's a fear of judgment. Maybe it's a fear of rejection. Maybe it's a fear of abandonment. And so you don't let yourself be all the way seen. Some of you have to be seen or you won't feel powerful. If somebody isn't giving you praises, if somebody isn't telling you good job, if somebody isn't, validating you, you don't feel powerful. And so you go out your way to be seen. You go out your way, you do things to draw in attention. And that takes away from your spiritual power. All right. Let's also see, because I wanted to. That card just came out like, what? It just flew out my hand. I'll be like, damn, Spirit, I ain't even get to all the way get down with the get down. I ain't even get down with the get down, and that car was flying out. So I love it. I love it. What I can tell y'all, family, is that in order to truly harness your spiritual power, you're going to have to tap into your third eye magic. You're going to have to tap into your crown chakra magic. You have to understand your third eye. You have to understand your crown chakra. This is where a lot of your power is going to come from. This is how you get to see into spirit. This is how you get to understand your channels and your downloads. Okay? You absolutely 100% have to have a balanced third eye. Okay, I dropped a whole bunch of cards, so I can't even tap in with all of those cards. But this first card coming out, this power card coming out, that's all the confirmation that I need. Xavier, no, let me say your name right. Man, listen, I don't see no V. I'm saying Xavier, but I don't see no V. But I'm going to just say Schaefer Bay, because I got that name down pat. Schaefer Bay, that's for you. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Thank you for being here. Thank you for, allowing me to give you that confirmation. I love that. Love that. Love that. So I want to talk to y'all about how I learned to harness my spiritual power, right? So first things first that I want y'all to understand is that, okay, dope. What I want y'all to understand first and foremost is that we all come here with a spiritual power. We all come here with spiritual wisdom. We all come here knowing exactly what it is that we are supposed to do, okay? But through our childhood experiences, right, through the drama and the trauma, we forget about our power. Okay? We forget about our power. We forget about what we are capable of doing because we've been through so much shit, right? Because we've been cast away, because we've been let down, because we've experienced so many disappointments. Okay? And I want y'all to know that harnessing your spiritual power is how you are ultimately going to have the life that you want to have. And it's ultimately how you are going to have the effect that you need to have on the people around you and on your own conscious and subconscious mind while in this life. Okay? your spiritual power, you harnessing that energy, you being able to hold on to that energy, you being able to yield that sword, you being able to optimize that energy is how you ultimately are going to create the life that you are destined to live. See, a lot of times when you are not feeling satisfied in life, when you are not feeling comfortable within your life, right? When you feel like things are not working out in your favor, when you feel like things are always happening in your life, most of the time it's because you're not living in your own spiritual power. When you tap into your spiritual power, I just want to tell y'all this so that you understand why this is important. When you tap into your spiritual power, this is when so many doors are open to you. This is when so many gateways and portals into the higher realms of being, into abundance, into love, into health, into well-being. This is when those things will be opened and unto you. And that is because you are doing the things that you have been called here to do. You are yielding your spiritual power and you're utilizing it for the upliftment and the empowerment of yourself and for anybody who comes in contact with you. And that is a powerful work. That is a powerful, necessary work for you to harness your spiritual power, meaning draw all of that energy in, be able to withhold that within your physical body, and be able to operate those powers, operate those gifts in your daily life, in your spiritual life, in your astral life. Like, you are here to do a sacred work. And when you're not operating in that work because, somebody told you couldn't do it, because you believe that you're not good enough, because you believe that you are not worthy, because you think that your gifts have to be, your powers have to be something like, talking to ancestors or something is bothering my eye, right? Because you feel like your gift, your power has to be something, that has been held up in high regard. You don't feel like it's something that you're supposed to be operating in. You don't feel like it's something that you are supposed to be passionate about operating. Some of y'all spiritual power is your smile. Some of y'all, your spiritual power is literally your smile, your ability to light up a room. Some of y'all, your spiritual power is giving love, sharing wisdom. Some of y'all, your spiritual power is the way that you can communicate with kids, right? The way kids can just understand you, the way you can connect with kids, the way you make kids feel loved, feel heard, feel seen, feel appreciated. But because some of your powers aren't like, what we see projected out here in this spiritual world, like clairaudience, clairvoyance, clairsentience, because you feel like you ain't seeing the spirit guides and things like that, you feel like you don't have spiritual power. And I want to tell you, family, that that is an illusion. Because we all have spiritual powers and we all have them on many levels. And sometimes the thing that you may think is so mundane in the spirit realm and the astral realm, it's absolutely sacred. It is absolutely divine. The same way something in the human realm can be ugly, in the astral planes, in the divine sacred realms and the higher dimensions, that thing in your humanity that is ugly is actually sacred. Okay? So I really need y'all to first understand that your gift, your talents, your spiritual power is specific to you. And the first thing that is blocking your spiritual power is comparing your powers to that of other people. Okay? So the first step that I had to do in order to start harnessing my own spiritual power is stop comparing my gifts, my talents, the things that I was blessed with when I came here. Stop comparing that to others, right? Stop trying to, say, okay, I got this, or da-da-da-da-da. Like, I had to stop doing that first and foremost. Understand that your journey, understand that your life, understand that your experiences, past life and present life, have all come together for you to expand within your consciousness, have all come together and has instilled in you a certain type of gift, a certain type of talent, a certain type of spiritual power. So one of the very first things that you have to do, family, is stop comparing your powers, your sacredness, your gifts, your talents to that of others. Right? And in order for you to do that, something that you're going to have to understand, something that I had to understand, something that I had to understand is that I am sacred ground. I am truly a divine being. See, a lot of times we talk about being a god, being a goddess, being a divine sacred being, but we don't really harness that idea. We don't really sit with that. We don't really allow that to become our reality. It's just, it's just spiritual talk. It's just spiritual lingo. Okay. But one of the things that you have to understand is that you are sacred ground. How do you know that? How do we know that? Well, we learned back in those Bible days when you was going to Sunday school that the body is a temple. The body is a temple. It's a temple for God. Okay. Don't you possess a body? Is your soul, right? Is your spirit animating that body, dwelling within that body? Okay. That's something that you have to understand. That's something that you have to make peace with. That you are divine sacred ground and you have to come to yourself correct. See, whenever we go to these sacred lands, right? Whenever we find ourselves in ancient Egypt, whenever we find ourselves at the temple of Angkor Wat, whenever we find ourselves at churches and mosques and all of these places, we've been programmed to come to these external places with a certain level of veneration, with a certain level of adoration, with a certain level of care, with a certain level of patience, with a certain level of love and gratitude. But we don't come to ourselves with that same energy, that same veneration, that same love, that same adoration, that same gratitude, that same thankfulness, that same sacred mind, that same sacred energy. We've placed all of that energy outside of ourselves. And when we do that, that is stripping us of our spiritual power. Okay. So one of the first things that I had to do, I had to start honoring my temple. I had to start honoring the body that my sacred self dwells within. I had to understand that I am sacred ground. And so whenever a person is having a conversation with me and their energy is not right, okay, hold on, we can't, no, we got to end that conversation right there. Right? I had to start eating high vibrational foods. Like I can't eat food that I know that is not in alignment with royalty, with divinity, with power. Okay. I had to start limiting the amount of alcohol I drink, right? I don't even drink right now. Like, I don't even remember the last time I legitimately had a drink. And I think it goes beyond like a conscious decision, like, oh, I'm good on drinking. No, my temple, my body is just not fond of it right now. Like, my body is just like, yeah, I'm good on it. Okay. But I had to start adorning the temple that I dwell in. And so from the clothes that I wear, from my earrings to my hair, to my face, to my, like everything that I'm putting on my body and in my body, everything that I'm putting on my body and in my body, I have to truly feel that it is divine, it is sacred, and I'm treating myself with a certain level of dignity and power. I have to come to myself as sacred ground. When I look at myself in the mirror, this is how I start harnessing this power. When I look at myself in the mirror, I see God. I see Goddess. I see all the things that make me divine, unique, and sacred. And so one of the rituals that I have in place is whenever I look into the mirror to truly look at myself in the eyes. They say the eyes are the windows to the soul. Well, if you want to connect with God and you want to harness your power, look yourself deeply, intuitively, and intensely into your own eyes. you'll see God. But what I did to add upon that, I write on my mirror all of these different words, like abundance, confidence, graceful, powerful, alchemist. I write all of these different words on my mirror. So when I look at myself in the mirror, when I'm looking at the temple of God, when I am looking into my own eyes, those words that are on that mirror are also being programmed into my subconscious mind. I am harnessing my own power. I'm bringing that power deep within me. Okay? I'm bringing that power deep within me. I understand. So another thing that you have to do, another thing that I had to do in order to harness my spiritual power is understand that I am always in the presence of God. Understand I am always in the presence of God. And if I need proof of that presence, all I have to do is think. All I have to do is utilize my mind. All I have to do is get creative. All I have to do is contemplate on my past experiences and how the hell I'm here right now. Y'all remember that old saying, but God? But God? If I just reflect on my past experiences, the way that I was thinking, the way that I was acting, the way that I was showing up, if I just reflect on those things and think about how I've come to where I am right now, healthy, whole, abundant, mother of 3, wife, partner, business owner, creative, intuitive, powerful, impactful, like how? But God. So that's another thing. You have to realize that you are always in the presence of God. And whenever you need to tap into that energy, that is you, all you have to do is really tap into yourself. Think about yourself. Get creative within yourself. Be intentional about creating magic. I remember when I used to work, right? I remember when I used to work a job, I would do things like this. I would say, just operating my gifts, right? Operating my power, operating my spiritual abilities. What I would do is I would say, somebody is going to give me a compliment today. It started off that simple. Somebody's going to give me a compliment today. Somebody's going to give me something today. Literally, I would just claim that. And it was a practice. It wasn't like I was really looking for somebody to give me anything, because I wasn't. But what I was doing was operating the power of God, which is that I can speak something and I can make it manifest, which is I can create whatever I desire using the power of my mind, being deliberate about my thoughts, utilizing my will, harnessing my power. And so I would say, somebody's going to give me something today. It could be something as simple as a compliment. Oh, you look good, coach. It could be something as, you know what? I went to Starbucks and got you a coffee. That would happen all the time. Oh, let me do that for you. I'll walk those papers down there. Oh, thank you. And when I was doing that, I was using my mental creativity, right? I was putting forth that deliberate effort in order to make manifest, in order to create. I was harnessing my power. I was understanding what I was capable of doing. Okay? So I want to let y'all know that. So I didn't already say about 3 things. I want to break it down because I want to make it clear. The first thing that you are going to need to do, or one of the first things that you're going to need to do, is stop comparing your walk, your life, your experience to that of other people. You are divine, you are sacred, you are unique. And the way that your life will unfold is special and unique to you. And the truth of the matter is that you decided to have that experience because you knew that that experience would bring out a certain level of gifts. It would bring out a certain level of talent. It would bring out a heightened level of consciousness. And so you have to embrace that. And anytime you're looking outside of yourself and you're saying, oh, well, he has that, or she has that, or they do that, and they do that, and I ain't doing that. Anytime you do that, you're taking away the power from yourself. That's one. Two, you have to understand that you are truly divine. This is not just talk. This is not just hearsay. This is the truth of the truth of the truth, right? I am that I am. You have to understand that you are that I am. How do we even know that? Because anything that you put behind that I am, that you speak with love, that you speak with conviction, that you speak with gratitude, that you speak with certainty, it will manifest in your life. I am that I am, meaning I am infinite. I am infinite. I go beyond all time and space. So you have to understand that. You have to understand that your body is a temple. It is a temple where your sacred self actually dwells. And so you have to start treating yourself that way. You have to start carrying yourself that way. You have to start living that way. And so if there are things that are happening that are out of alignment with your divinity, with your sacredness, you have to have the courage to make the adjustments to change that thing. And you have to know that you have the power to do that, period. That's within your power. That's within your wheelhouse. That's within your wheelhouse, okay? So, and then, like I said, I would look into my own eyes. Now, I want y'all to understand something. Your third eye and your crown chakra are really important when it comes down to you harnessing your spiritual power. Really important. I just told you one way I did it. I would literally say to myself, I am going to have this experience today. And with my third eye open, I would observe my reality to see if that thing had come to pass. See, the power about the third eye, the power about the crown chakra is that you can make anything your truth. But see, we haven't been taught to harness our power in that way. You know, we've been taught that if something is happening in our lives, it is what it is. If the doctor says this, if the husband says this, if the mama says this, if the kids say that, that's what it is. How many of you know that it is not about the things that happen to you? It's about the way that you perceive them. Your perception is shaped around whether you have an open or closed third eye, or whether you have an open or closed crown chakra. Also, let me also throw in there your heart chakra, right? Because in order for you to perceive the things in your reality as if they are serving you, because they are all serving you, your heart has to be open. Your heart has to be light. You can't still be holding on to old shit. Okay? So one aspect of harnessing your spiritual power is looking for the spirit, looking for the proof that you are divine, that you are sacred, that you are God, that you are goddess, that you embody that energy. And so one way that I would do that is I would affirm through my voice, throat chakra. Through my voice, I would speak, this is going to happen today. And I still do that, of course. I'm going to accomplish this today. I'm going to receive this answer today. Right? I have to speak those things through my voice, using my power. And then I have to have my third eye and my crown chakra open and tuned in so that I can see when those things are actually taking place. And then when I see it and I make it my truth and I say, there it is. And I say, it happened. And I say, Ashe, right? Ashe meaning, yes, I agree. That is it. When I do that, the next thing that I have to feel is gratitude. The next thing you have to feel is thankfulness. Because when you feel that gratitude and when you feel that thankfulness, this is what opens you up to receive more confirmations of your own divinity and your own spiritual power. Okay? All right? So a lot of what has blocked the spiritual power that we all possess is self-doubt. It's self-doubt. Some of y'all want to be public speakers. Some of y'all want to be artists. Some of y'all have things that are begging to be created and begging to be birthed from you, but you making excuses like, but what if I mess up on my words when I'm talking? What if it doesn't sound right? What if it doesn't look right? What if it doesn't come out as crisp and as clear as I wanted to? What if people aren't vibing with my art? What if people aren't connecting with it? So what? You're taking away your own power when you start doubting yourself. And here's the power about, here's the divine thing. When you do that, you're still not getting off the hook. Because what's going to happen is your higher self, your spirit guides, your angels, your ancestors, they will send somebody in to say, you know what? You are not ready because you still got all of these fears and stuff that you're dealing with. But I'm still going to speak up on your behalf. And I'm going to let you know that this is a sacred work that you're supposed to be doing. Right? An example of this is when I first started doing YouTube, I really was telling myself all of these things, like, oh, the camera doesn't look good. And, people aren't really watching the videos. I'm not really getting that interaction. And, is what I'm talking about, does it mean something? Is it good? Is it powerful? Are people connecting with it? All of that stuff like that. And I would have conversations with spiritual people, and they would say stuff to me like, man, D-Ray, you are so like mothering, like your energy is so nurturing, it's so mothering, it's so powerful. It makes me feel at ease. It makes me feel like I can do this. It makes me feel like, people would say those things to me. And I'm grateful to my spirit guides. I'm grateful to my higher self. I'm grateful to me, right? Because at the end of the day, you even are putting the people in place, your higher self, that sacred part of you that has that has the bird's eye view, right? Your ancestors, those ancestors that have your back, right? That want to see you get to where you got to go. We're aligning certain people to have certain conversations with me that were going to trigger me to have more confidence in what I was doing, to have more certainty in what I was doing. So when people would say certain stuff, I would get that confirmation. I was like, oh shit, I heard that. But again, in order for me to even really hear that, I had to have balanced chakras. You absolutely have to have balanced chakra, a balanced third eye, balanced. Your chakras have to be balanced, because somebody can be imparting wisdom on you. Somebody can be putting you up on game. Somebody can be telling you what it is that you really need to be hearing. And you, no, that ain't that. No, I can't do it. See, my camera ain't working right. No, see, I can't start that business because so many other people are doing the same business. No, I can't sing. My voice is just different. It's too many singers and rappers out there. No, I can't do this because this. No, I can't do that because that. So somebody will come and drop game on you. Somebody will come in and tell you what they see that you probably can't see because you haven't, taken ownership of your own power. And then you doubt what is being shared with you. But here's the thing that I want you to know. Even when you do that, opportunities are still being opened up for you. But here's the thing. You get 3 chances. You get 3 chances. Everything really in spirituality comes in threes. It comes in threes. And so you want to be spiritually attuned to know when it is a time for you to be operating from a new power. You really want to be tuned in to know when it's time for you to be, expanding, growing, and even contracting, and even going within. And even silencing the outside world. There's always a divine time for everything. And when you understand those divine timings, you're harnessing your power. Okay? There were times literally in this spiritual work where I'm like, you know what? I just can't go live on YouTube right now. Because I needed to recoup. I needed to rejuvenate. I needed to reinvigorate. I needed to do more work within myself. I needed to have deeper understandings on certain concepts within myself. So I had to trust that divine timing. I was harnessing my power. I couldn't share my power at that time, Hell, that can happen within a day. Like today, I thought I was going to be going live at 1 o'clock, 1 p.m. Central Standard Time. Spirit sat me down in a spiritual bath. I had to harness my power. I had to bring things together. Okay. So I want y'all to understand that. I want you to stop doubting yourself, because that self-doubt, that is a blockage. You second guessing your own divinity, your own power, that stops you from being able to harness it. But the truth of the matter is, even when you do that, Spirit is always looking out. Spirit is still going to send you somebody to keep whispering in your ear. Because here's why. When you tap into your spiritual power and you let that divine light shine, you are going to trigger and awaken other people. Whether they come into the consciousness, whether they come into the understanding right now, it may happen in the next life. It may happen in another incarnation. But because someone has come in contact with you, this spiritual divine being, because they have come in contact with you, their subconscious mind knows. Consciously, they may not be able to start operating from this higher level of being, this higher level of awareness, but their subconscious mind knows, because you've imparted certain wisdoms on them. And whether you said it with your physical words, whether you said it with your voice, your energy does the communication. And so you being in your divine power has an effect on many. It has such a huge effect on so many people. You don't even understand. It's a domino effect. You sitting here listening to me, being awakened, being inspired, being motivated, and then you go out and you start harnessing your spiritual power, that's going to affect another person. Okay? This process doesn't stop. This process doesn't stop. So you have to first stop comparing yourself. You have to realize that you are sacred ground. You are sacred ground, and you need to come to yourself correct. You need to come to yourself with a high level of veneration, with a high level of respect and adoration. You need to understand that you are that I am energy. You are pure energy. And because you are pure energy, you can create and manifest anything. You can make anything your truth. That is a part of your spiritual power. But in order to consciously start making things your truth, your third eye and your crown chakra and all of them other chakras, all of your chakras really need to be aligned, because when you don't have the root chakra, the sacral chakra, the solar plexus, when your heart is not light, you start making things your truth that don't necessarily serve your highest good. Okay? I'm going to give y'all a really quick visualization that I want y'all to do. I want you to visualize a violet flame. And now this is very important, because for the last, maybe it's been 2 months. For the last 2 months, Spirit has been having me work with the color purple. Hence our new tapestry back there, shaping my head. Oh, come on, Spirit. I love it, right? I've been working with the color purple. I've been working with lavender. I have been taking lavender baths, where everything in the bath is lavender, from the herb, right? From the lavender essential oil, lavender bath bombs. I got lavender soap. I got a lavender scrub. And I've been doing meditations with this violet light, right? If any of y'all practice Reiki, or if any of y'all are attuned to be able to see auras, you already kind of know what that energy is. But that violet light is a fire. Okay? That violet light is a fire. And I had a dream last night. That is really bringing all of this full circle, right? I had a dream last night that a tree was on fire, the burning bush. If y'all ever been in church, y'all ever listen to the pastor, you know there's a story in the Bible about the burning bush and Moses, right? Y'all know Moses was an Israelite who was, who basically grew up in Egypt. And the Egyptians had the Israelites as their slaves, basically, right? I know some of y'all may be Hebrew Israelites and all of that stuff like that. So y'all got a lot of wisdom and a lot of information on these stories. But Moses was leading his sheep. Oh, this is so divine, because here's the thing. Y'all are not the sheep. Y'all are the shepherd. Y'all are the shepherd. And so many times we are waiting for someone outside of us to lead us somewhere. And in that type of energy, you have given away your power. You are not harnessing your power. You are the shepherd. And so you must learn to have dominion over the small things, have dominion over your day, have dominion over your routine, have dominion. And when I say dominion, I mean you are in control. You are using your divine mind to determine how you want things to flow, how you want things to go. You are using your divine mind to lead. Okay? But when Moses was leading his sheep, he saw a burning bush, right? This bush was on fire. The tree was on fire, but the tree was not being destroyed. And when he got closer to the fire, God said, take your shoes off. This is sacred ground. Okay? Take your shoes off. This is sacred ground. And God is telling him, you are going to go and set your people free. His people being the Israelites. His people being the Israelites who were captured by the Egyptians. Now y'all see why on Sonetta page and those different channels like that, these Hebrew Israelites be having issues with this ancient Egyptian stuff. But that ain't I don't even got time to get into all of that. That ain't my wheelhouse, right? But in that story, this tree is burning. This tree is on fire, but it is not being destroyed. The tree is not being destroyed. The tree is not being dismantled. And last night I had a dream about a burning tree. And I'm looking at the tree, and within the tree, the fire, it looks like a tornado, right? The fire is circling the tree like a tornado. And then I just see the third eye. I just see I see an image of an eye come up in the tree. And so all of that led to this conversation right now, which is you are divine, you are sacred, you have a divine work. You are here to set yourself free and to set other people free. Your light, your spiritual power is going to awaken some people around you. You may not see it, though. You may not see it in this lifetime. It may not be your mama. It may not be your daddy. It may not be your brother or sister. It may be your niece or your nephew. It may be your child. But you are here to set someone free. And so that tree being on fire, it brought up in my mind the violet flame. And the violet flame is a fire, but it's a spiritual fire. And it's a spiritual fire that doesn't destroy whatever it is encapsulating, but it transmutes the energy. The violet flame is an alchemical tool. So if there's anything, any thought, any emotion, any habit, any person that is blocking you from harnessing the fullness of your spiritual power, I want you to visualize that violet flame. Now, don't just take anything that I say for granted, because I'm not here to lead you. I'm not here to be, anything like that. I'm just here to give you information. So if this is something that resonates with you and you've been needing support in transmuting certain thoughts, certain emotions, certain habits, certain people that you feel like are blocking your spiritual power, that you feel like are blocking your spiritual evolution, that you feel like are blocking you from being purely in tune with yourself as the divine. Whether it is, you got some root chakra issues, you got some stability issues, you got financial issues, you got health issues. No matter what it is, you can utilize your meditation. You can visualize this violet flame, visualize whatever that thing is being encapsulated by the violet flame. While you do that, you can listen to some energy music of the violet flame. The violet flame has a certain frequency. It has a certain vibration. So as you are in the meditation, listen to those sounds. So now you're bringing in your auditory, right? with your third eye energy. And if any of y'all have the book, The Healer's Handbook, he has so many meditations in that book, Stuart Swerdlow, The Healer's Handbook. And in that book, I want to say at least 2 or 3 of the meditations in there, the visualization includes using violet light. Because that violet light is transformational, it's transmutational. So it can take something like lead and turn it into gold. So some of the thoughts, the beliefs, and the habits and all of that stuff that you have that you feel like are blocking your power, those things can be transmuted to support you. So visualize the violet light surrounding those things. Visualize the violet light surrounding your body, cleansing, purging anything that's in you that is blocking your greatness. If it's a thought, visualize that thought out in front of you. If it's a word, visualize that word out in front of you and see the violet light encapsulating that. And you do that meditation for as long as you have to do it for you to start seeing the shifts, for you to start seeing the change. Okay? So these are just a few ways that I've been able to harness my spiritual power. And I need you to tap into this. You got to tap into this work as well so that you can do what it is that you've been called here to do. All right. Shout out to the family, Patreon family. We talking about the mind magic tomorrow. Tomorrow we are going to be diving in on this mind magic. Everything that you want to do, you can do from right here, from right here, from right here. Okay. All right, family. Y'all let me know in the comments how this resonates and if this is something that y'all can tap into. I definitely want to know. And I'll talk to y'all soon. Peace.